recently I've been looking for something completely new, something that I could maybe make a bit of my own. And yesterday I decided I'd finally go down a new venture, a new type of guitar, a new type of tuning, a new way of playing. So yesterday I had a little think about what progress do I want to make on the guitar and where do I want to get to. If I want to express myself and carve out my own space, what do I want to do? And I've had this baritone guitar lying around for ages, and I do pick it up from time to time, but it's normally just tuned in standard tuning but dropped down maybe 1.5 steps or whatever. But I thought to myself, I'm going to try and learn an open tuning. So I just Googled Open C, it's one of the ones I've heard of, and actually read an article about it and figured out it's actually not so complicated. So I stuck the guitar in Open C. Honestly, like reading this article about how to make a major chord and a minor chord, that was it. Like your guitar brain, once you know normal tuning, give yourself some clues about a new one and it might just come to you. And I really enjoyed it. I thought to myself, maybe this is all this sound that I've been looking for. You know, Delta blues on my standard guitar and a sort of different type of southern blues with this sound. And then I've had a horrible slide kicking around for ages that's massively heavy and huge and just feels like, honestly, I feel like I should just bash someone over the head with it. So a month or two back, I'd ordered this rock slide. I think this is an Ariel Posen or Joey Landreth one, I'm not sure. It's light and it's small, and I think it might be a bit too small for me, but maybe it's only supposed to go to here, I'm not sure. Either way, I thought I'll finally put this thing on. That was this morning, about 3 hours ago. And the first clip you saw was actually the first time I've played slide. Because with this, all I've ever done is bash the guitar neck and never really given it a proper go. And I thought, I'm going to just do it. And so within 24 hours, I've started playing baritone in open C with a slide. And yeah, it's all very maybe generic sounding-ish. But damn, do I love it. To me, there's something so freeing about using a different tuning because, 99% of the music we hear is in standard tuning or maybe drop down, half a step, Jimi Hendrix type tuning. But to have a completely different base for your sound. It's a completely different flavor, and it stops you from playing the same old licks that you're tired of or whatever, and it forces you to learn something new. It's a real it's such a left turn that you can't just turn your brain off and just use your fingers. Like, you might have got used to that plateaued on your normal guitar. And I find a baritone is a bit of a cheat code because, well, let's put it this way. It's the first time my wife has ever been listening to me and said that sounded sexy. Like, in the room, there is a different, it's like it vibrates through your body. It's incredible. It's also a reason why I'm really considering not selling this amp or exchanging this amp with someone that I was going to exchange it with, the Bartel Roseland, because, whoa. I tidied my room up. I'm not going to show you that, but it's much tidier than it was a few days ago. And I pulled the amp into the room. I gave it space, moved it about 2 foot forward. It's further from any wall. And suddenly the Bartel Roseland, the sound is just freaky. It's amazing. So, yeah. That's quite something. Now, as it often is with, Noob Gains, as they call it, like, when you're new at something, the first few little gains come quickly. So me being able to actually make a sound somewhere between the sound of a throttled cat and a badly played violin, with the odd little bit that sounds all right, that is now going to take a lot of work for me to get to the next step. Same with using this open C tuning to develop it into something more nuanced than this. Well, I very much enjoy playing this, by the way. I'm thinking of recording 2 or 3 tracks based on this sort of old, it's like a cowboy sound in my head, and putting them up online somewhere just because it's really soothing and ambient and wonderful. I love it. It's got this deep voice to it, and this, and the other thing is I've got wide fingers, and didn't play for 15 more or plus years, before the last 2 years, and I did a lot of weightlifting and things, so my hands are not very flexible anymore. And on a normal guitar, I just can't get faster at certain things like rhythm playing and stuff. And I'm just finding on this bigger thing, wider frets, bigger strings, I'm just able to connect a rhythm together more easily. This video is not a lesson or anything like that. That's going to come if I get enough comments about it. If you want to learn some slide, some open C, some baritone playing, let me know down in the comments. I really enjoy making lessons. But this is one of my sort of discovery videos. I decided to try something new, I put it out there, and as usual, before I'm the polished article, that's the way I work. I like to put myself on a knife's edge and just record something and hope that what turns out is okay and that it gives me a stepping board to learn more and get better at it. And I can tell you it's addictive playing with this sound. Now, this guitar is the Rivolta Mondata baritone, which is actually part of, I want to say his name. Give me a minute. Yeah, Dennis Fano, Novo Guitars. This is one of his other brands. This cost about £1,000, not super cheap, but it's got a lot of flexibility in it. It's got a P90 in the neck and a humbucker in the bridge, and you can put them. You can change the humbucker to single coil, I think. Yeah, to single coil. Split it, and you can put the middle position into out of phase and get a quacky sound. And it looks pretty cool. It's pretty well made. The frets are nice. It's all smooth, and it just sounds gorgeous. I have got a different baritone on the way. I'll reveal that probably tomorrow or the day after. Something suitably ridiculous considering my channel. You know what I'm like. If you've been watching long enough, it's going to be something a little bit extravagant probably. if you've been following the channel, you know I'm going through a tough time with my wife's breast cancer, and I'm running a fundraising project for that. And I'm going to put the details for the Just Giving page. Even that's not the target for me. Like, yes, it's great to give money to the charity directly. If any of you can spare a £5 or a 10 or 20 quid, I'll put that there. The aim really is to create a community of musicians to come together and to create a community of makers. So we're having a load of different gear put together, and I'm really pleased to announce yesterday the Marshall amp that was donated by Marshall arrived at Peach Guitars, who helped me organise that. Peach Guitars have convinced Zilla Cabs to recover the Marshall amp for free in a shell pink covering, I think. Then Peach Guitars themselves are donating a shell pink Fender Player Series Strat, which I'm really excited about. I wanted a pink Strat to play in Instagram videos for the project, you know, to try and spread the word. It's a pink Strat. A Strat is the most recognizable guitar probably, isn't it? And to get my project out there and to get money raising happening, I just need to get out there frequently, and the pink Strat is a wonderful gesture from Peach Guitars, who are really behind me on this. They're going to help me by doing demos themselves with the Marshall amp, with the pink Strat, with the guitar we make. If you haven't seen any of my videos about this, this might be confusing to you. Basically, we're making a pink guitar, boutique made one, handmade. I'm making a parts caster separately, and on top of that we've got pedals, we've got a fuzz face, we've got a Mark 1 tone bender being made for the project, we've got a brown protein pedal in pink, we've got Apollo approved Anchor Jubilee, which is an amazing TS808 all NOS parts. We've got just people coming together, and then lots of musicians willing to play this stuff on Instagram for us. And a lot of this will then be sold off, auctioned or raffled, depending on which one, to make money for Breast Cancer Now, which is a research and support cancer sort of carers charity. So close to my heart right now, because literally the treatment that is, touch wood, at the moment saving my wife's life, her tumour has shrunk by 75% or so in the first half of her chemotherapy, before there's going to be surgery, radiotherapy, and 7 more months of immunotherapy, all sorts of stuff. None of this was available when she was even diagnosed. It was licensed 2 weeks later, all because of research that was done over the last several years, and people that took part. 1,200 women took part in the study. A lot of those will have got placebo treatments and not taken the benefit of this, and we are just incredibly grateful. So I want to push the cause of research and all of that forward as much as possible. Anyway, enough rambling. I love playing this style. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make lessons. I might just upload the odd 2-minute clip of me playing if you want to listen to sort of an ambient blues style like that. I love it. Maybe I think it might be the thing I try and become the best at out of all my playing. Yeah, I'll just play it out. And I apologize for this close-up camera view. It's a new camera view I'm working on. I didn't quite get it right. You can't see all the way up to the headstock. It was stupid, but I enjoyed my playing, so I didn't want to do it again. Yeah. That's just the way it was. I'm sorry. All right, guys. See you on the next one. Cheers.